If you've been following our channel and our story for the last few years, you would know that we have been living full-time in our self-converted camper van. We bought that as a completely empty shell and built it into our dream little tiny home on wheels.
Yeah, we've been living in that van for the last nearly 4 years, and it's been our dream home and still is. We love living inside of it. We created it ourselves, and you know, it's hard to get rid of something like that. Now we're on the way to collect something new to upgrade our living space.
Since arriving to our farm about 7 months ago, we've kind of been thinking about getting a bit more floor space, so we've been looking into different tiny home options to put on the land. We've looked at quite a few different things and looked at the pricing as well. We've kind of weighed up the options of containers, building our own tiny home, a dome, different types of tents, yurts. There's so many options out there.
Many options, and we've even stayed in a few on our travels. We've contacted a few people that have also converted containers and tiny homes and geodesic domes and all that stuff, so we've gone and seen them ourselves, so we've got a better feeling of what we're going to be getting ourselves into.
Yeah, when you actually see the spaces in person, it really makes a difference for how it would work for us. So today we're actually on the way to go collect something, and this is quite a convenient option for us because we can load it into the back of our car. So right now we're on the road because we have been away from the farm for 2 weeks on a work trip. So in the last video, Michael actually mentioned that we're not always on the farm, so we've set up self-timers for our garden. So we can't wait to get back there today with a whole new structure in the back of our car.
Yeah, there's still a bit of work that we need to do before we can get the structure put up and stuff. We need to build a deck, so you might know what we're getting right now, but yeah, stay tuned to see what we're going to be collecting in a few minutes.
And we've got both the animals in the back here with us. Just love that they get to come everywhere. Find it.
There it is.
Do you think this will all get in the car?
I hope so. What is it?
This is underneath. So over here we have got a geodesic dome that is obviously all packed up on the floor at the moment, and it should take us a few days to build. Between the two of us, maybe we'll get some help to put the cover over, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see if it'll actually get in the car and how heavy it is.
It's crazy to think that this is our home right here, just a big pile. But yeah, let's see if we can get this into the car.
Yeah. Some goes on that side. That's one's number.
So you match the number?
Yes.
Okay.
The number 19 with number 9. Like it must bend all. Okay, so you want to come right?
Yeah.
We're back on the road and we are so fully loaded.
Yeah, we just made it inside. There was a few things that we bought along the road trip, so we've added a lot to the car already, and now we just collected a whole dome, so there's a lot of stuff in here right now. Yeah, we're super excited to share everything that we did purchase as well.
Yeah, just the dog bed was even a new thing. At the back our lights are up there with Rusk sleeping on the top. And just to quickly touch on our work, as we've had quite a few questions on this, so we shoot for a lot of brands and establishments. So we just went to visit 5 different establishments with Lakaslav, and basically we take the photos and videos for their social media and their listings.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of other clients, and we also run social media channels for other people. So yeah, there's a bit of everything that we do. It's mostly all online, so that's why we can travel and live in the middle of nowhere and create work. So yeah, behind the scenes, we are doing a lot of work, and also the YouTube videos that we are creating here. We want this to eventually be the full-time job, but it's going to take time, so let's get to it. That was huge. We're just arriving home after 2 weeks of not being here. Super keen to see what everything looks like. Hopefully everything's still alive. We planted a whole bunch of flowers before we left. Let's go see this.
Slowly. Slowly.
We're home.
Risks. Ouch.
Do you want to come down? Oh.
About to take a walk around and see how everything's doing. The first thing I can say is that it is so hot. I think our plants are going to need a watering.
These trees are doing so well. I'm going to check on any oranges and lemons we've got going. Oh, I didn't use all my bonsais. It looks like we had
Uh-oh.
some visitors or
Looks like the sheep got those. The sheep love the chili bushes.
there's some doing pretty well still. Sometimes when the sheep, well, the last one that the sheep ate, it came back so good afterwards, so maybe it's just meant to happen. Everything else looks pretty good here. Oh yeah.
Oh, sheep definitely got in.
Holy moly, it's beautiful.
These tomatoes kind of look like they're coming to the end of their life. But we've had so many little yellow cherry tomatoes.
Really? Would you want water?
How's the bathroom look?
All good. Everything survived. That car's kind of just yellow, but then he's just changing in season. And that car is not good. Come here, boy.
Looks like angels come to visit. Coffee! Who's here?
Yummy.
Lots of oranges since we left. Oh, we had grenadillas before we left though.
But it's not looking so good right now.
Are they gone?
No, there they are. Ooh, yummy. One grenadilla,
Whoa.
2 grenadilla. So why is it looking like this though? What's eating it?
It kind of looks like a worm got on.
So we're gonna look at the flower garden and see what that looks like. Some water.
Daisy bushes look like they're doing good.
Everything is alive and thriving. It's also happy. Thank you to the neighbor for looking after the garden while we were away, and we're super stoked to be back on the farm.
Time to bring the car in and unpack everything.
Yo, lots and lots and lots to unpack. Mosquito, you home? And you. Now that the car is unpacked, behind me here is our new home. It's our geodesic dome and it's 5 meters in length. It's crazy to think that all these little pieces here are going to be creating our home at one point. We're super excited to share what our plans are and to maybe share some ideas with you, so maybe you can help us make our decision. We've got 2 places in mind for this dome. We might be moving our big van to somewhere else and then putting the dome next to the van, or moving the dome somewhere else and leaving the van. So yeah, we just got a lot to do and lots to think about, and we're going to be taking you along for the journey. Please subscribe down below.
Over here, this is the structure that we've been living in for the last 7 months. So this is the van that we traveled South Africa in for 3.5 years. And when we got here, we leveled out the spot to park it here. We built the roof over, which was a huge project for us.
Yeah, we definitely need the shade for the summer as it was super hot here. So now looking into the dome's got quite a better insulation feel to it, so we don't have to put it under the roof. So we've been kind of toying with the idea of where to put the geodesic dome. So this is one of the spots. We would either move the van out and move it behind the dome and build a deck here to put the dome.
Because we are planning on keeping the van as well as the dome, so the dome is just an addition to our living space. We are going to change up the setup kind of, because we got the bed in the back, so we'll be making that into a bench and a table setup, and this will be what we use for our kitchen and kind of eating and living area, and the dome will be our sleeping area.
With a nice big bed and a workstation, and maybe like a small coffee station or a small little kitchen to do a few little breakfast things or whatever. We're going to be showing you the 2 different spots. This is spot number 1. Let us know what you guys think as to where we should put the dome. We kind of haven't made a decision just yet. When we bought the dome, this was the initial idea, to put it under this roof to keep the shade here, because we are expecting to be here in the summer again, and it's going to get to 40 degrees again. It's going to be hot, so we kind of do need the shade.
But when we got here, we also kind of looked at the grassy section where we'll move to now, and we're kind of weighing up putting it over there and keeping the van where it is here, so we'll have the 2 little living areas. Let's go show you the second spot. If we kept the van here, we'd have a little deck section moving on to where we would put the geodesic dome. We just need to double check that it would fit between these pear trees, because it is 5 meters, so we need to double check on that. And this would be the second location that we're thinking. So the window would be right at the front, and you'd kind of be tucked in between these pear trees.
If we choose to put it here, it requires us to change the whole like car park drive-in situation. So at the moment we use this area to turn around the cars and drive back out. So we would have to change it to a bit further up the driveway, which is possible, but would require a lot of work by like laying pipes and taking out trees and all that. So it would require another project to just have the dome here. Whereas if we have it there in the first location, it wouldn't require much at all. It would just require us to move the van. So that one does require a little bit less work, but this location also does add on to more the living space to get another view. Where if the van was behind the dome, you wouldn't get as much of a view, but there is still a mountain view that side.
Yeah, the van kind of gets tucked in behind, and it's like a little alleyway, so it would just be more opened up and like elongated this way.
Yeah. So once again, let us know what you guys think. If you think location 1 is better for the dome to be under the shelter, the van next to it, and or put the dome here at location 2, with the windows looking out this way at the mountains, and then a deck back to the van. And over this way is the bathroom.
We have a lot to think about, because we need to start planning out and ordering all the materials for the decking.
Yeah, we have to know the measurements before we can order that. So we have to make that decision before.
And maybe we'll just let you know some of the reasons that we chose the geodesic dome over some of the other tiny home options. I think one of the main reasons that we chose the geodesic dome over containers, tiny home, building of our own, was the transportation. So for us to bring the geodesic dome here was super easy. We just loaded it into the back of our car.
Yeah.
And for containers, we got a quote, and that was...
Yeah, the quote to deliver containers like 15 to 17,000 Rand in South African Rand. So that's a huge amount of money that you don't even get to see. It's just in delivery. So
and that's before they've even come out to assess our road, which is quite a dodgy one at the moment. It definitely needs work. So we're not even sure if the truck would be able to fit in here.
If it would deliver it to our location, and then if it does come all the way out here, then if it can't get here, then what? So there was a lot of things. So this step forward is a smaller step forward than a full house like that.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily our forever plan. This is just for now, and we'll see how it goes. If we feel like changing it up, we can always do that. It's not a permanent thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy. Apparently it takes 6 to 12 hours to put up with a team of 3 or 4. So I'm sure we'll be at it for a few days, but it can definitely come down and can be moved. Yeah, so it's going to be super exciting to have a bit more living space. The other reason we chose the geodesic dome over the other things was just the time of getting it up. The other things would have required us to have 3 or 4 months of actual building time to have an end result, whereas this can be done in 2 to 3 weeks, even less, 1 week if we're pushing it. So
Yeah, and we're looking for something that will be better for us for the winter because we get really heavy rainfall through the winter months.
And
So
gets way colder.
yeah, so we're looking for just more structure and indoor living space for that time, which is coming very soon.
Yeah, it's literally around the corner. It's getting a lot colder. Today's 32 again, but 2 or 3 days ago it was raining. It was like 16, no, not even, it was like 8 degrees. So
Yeah, we've had really cold mornings, and you can definitely tell the season's changing with all the dew in the mornings all over, which is really good for our garden.
So if you guys are keen to follow along at Geodesic Dome Build, we're going to be doing that on our land, somewhere in between these two locations. So please let us know down below which location you guys think and why, and then we can chat in the comments.
Yeah, we're super excited to get started with this project. The moment of truth.
This little pit here is 5 meters.
That is long to take, Mega.
It's 5 meters. It'll fit. So we have to chop some trees a bit.
I think it's close, but it will work.
We'll make that 5 meters. And go 5 meters that way. And come further here. And we can hold the deck further forward as well. And then it will join to that way.
And to touch on our layout quickly, we will be entering through there, hoping to have a little coffee station in the corner. The bed will either be in the middle or maybe off to a side, hoping to get a king or a queen, a large bed for the animals. We're also planning to put a wood stove in here, a fireplace for the winter time, and 2 little couches.
Yeah, we put the fat sack. We're hoping to get another one. And this is going to be the giant window which we'll be looking at here. Over here behind us is where the cars have been turning around, and this is where we bought the carport for the landy. This is where we're thinking of putting the dome, so the deck would probably be coming out to around about like here-ish, so that would leave not that much space. You could probably just park the car here, but you wouldn't be able to turn around and go back out, so we wouldn't be wanting to reverse the whole way up the driveway.
As you'll soon see, we'll also need to do quite a bit of clearing before we can actually put the cars here.
Yo, we need to get rid of all this. We've got like 2 or 3 guava trees there that we have to dig out probably, and then clear all this and then get in like concrete pipes.
Yeah, because this is like a trough for the water flow, so we need big concrete solid pipes so that we can drive over that and the water can still run through. And then we need to gravel out this whole section to park the cars in here.
At the moment we've just been using it for our trash and for the piping that we've been ripping out from the bottom of the garden. So we'd have to clear all this, and then the car would come in here and drive into there, or just drive straight into the car park there. So we would remove these 2 guavas here.
So yeah, quite a lot to think about and start planning. So definitely let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to see what we do.
If we do this, you'll get more content. Cheers.